Well, let me get this thing situated, y'all. Hold on 1 second, man. Not sure why this thing won't allow me to adjust, but hey, it is what it is. All right, here we go. I'll just have to hold it for now. Go from there. What's going on, y'all? I see one person in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and wait for us to get a few more. Again, your boy is back at the gym. Got a little leg day going. Get a few extensions in. What's good, Mr. Clark? What's going on, man? Waiting for a few more people. You know, they don't always send the alerts out on time. So. Oh, man, whew, getting old, boy. Getting old, but still trying to get in here. Man, we're going to be talking about something today, Mr. Clark. We're going to talk about mid. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, Sally. We're going to talk a little bit about my my so-called disdain for mind games and whatnot. And we're going to talk about my so-called disdain for city rhythms, all right? Since I've been hit up several times, people talking about, hey, why don't you like mind games? Why don't you like city rhythms? Let me go ahead and start this off by, addressing that. Y'all, as I've said plenty of times, Mind Games has several fragrances that I absolutely have to have. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of whether or not I will pay the asking price for it. We've talked over and over again about what you find value in, all right? And at that price, I just don't see the value at that price and what I need. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to spend my money on. My value with my finances has to come where the cost for the item is not so high compared to my value and the use for it. So that's it, man. Yeah, I hear you, Sally. You said never smelled city rhythm, but just looking at it, it looks me. We gonna get on that in a second too, man. What's up, Mr. Clark? Center of the day is Carthusia Terramia. All right. What up, Dan? Dan, not the man. Hey, here's the thing, city rhythms, as I stated on several lives, I have not smelt a city rhythm fragrance in, well, except for the Manhattan, whatever, the more recent release of Manhattan, Midnight Manhattan. Outside of that, I have not smelt a city rhythm release in probably like 3 months. All right. And that's the thing about it. I can't speak to what it does right now. All I can tell you is that before they switched their perfumer, all right, I was not a fan. I had the entire discovery set. I'm good. I had the entire discovery set. I had a sample of everything, and y'all, I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now. I had them. I never felt like I needed them. You know what I'm saying? Were they good? Yeah. Are they pleasing to some? Very much so. But I'll be honest with you. I'm always weighing whether or not they are worth the price. That's just what I do. And that's what most people, I feel most people should do. Unless you got the money to just not care like that, that's fine. But everybody I talk to, even the ones that say, if I got the money, I spend it. Well, what they don't see is that the other half is that you got the money to buy a whole lot of stuff, but you don't, because you wait for that one, or you wait for those. So you don't spend your money on the lesser ones for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Exactly. They did lose a lot, and they lost a lot of attention too. But truth be told, there are some city rhythms that I felt were not bad. It was just always that the asking price back then was not worth the buy. And then when they lost that perfumer, I never felt the need to go back to to the brand, you know. But will I? Yes. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and go back to them this weekend when I go visit my guy Frank over there at Sense Eternal, because he has a few. But I mean, I don't have any grievances with the brand. I hope they don't have any with me. Not that I'm big on caring about it anyway, but you know, they are good at what they do. They're good at what they provide, and there's a lot of people that I know that like them. From Martha's Vineyard, I was talking to one of my friends. He likes the Barcelona one. I'm not a fan of it, and there are others that love Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Miami 257, whatever. You know, they got all these different ones. And the one San Diego. Hey, to each his own. But for me, I'm good on it. I'm good on it. You know what I'm saying? You want to, I'll go put my nose on the newer ones, see what they do. But right now, it's not important that I go in and test out City Rhythm at this point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the OG, so I'm slow to come to the new ones, right? But let me say this: as far as mind games, I've smelt almost the whole house, and those are pretty much the 3 or 4 that I want. But for the asking price, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's mid. So let's get into it, all right? A lot of people were wondering, and I got several messages of people asking me, what is mid to you, Gymz? What do you mean by mid? And by mid, I mean that the impact on my collection is a mid-level value, and that means in a basketball sense it's like this. You've got different ways of scoring. You've got the free throw line, which is one, get you 1 point at a time. You got layups and mid-range, they'll get you 2 points at a time. And then you've got threes. Now, the more threes you can hit, the bigger impact you have, right? The more twos you can hit, the bigger impact. But let's be honest, in order to have a 30-point game, you got to shoot 15 twos, mid-ranges, right? Well, in order to have a 30-point game, you only got to shoot 10 threes, all right? Now, at the free throw line, you're going to get 30 points and you ain't hitting nothing other than free throws. Then it's a lot harder to get 30 points, which is what some people's goal may be, right? Well, mid to me is mid-range in that it's not a banger, as some people put it. It's not a hit, but it's good enough to purchase and it's good enough to wear. What makes it mid? I explained that in that you got the value of it, the cost, the presentation, you know what I'm saying, and the performance. Mind games, City Rhythms, whole bunch of them are mid. Are they worth the buy? Yes, if it's at the right cost. Do I think that Mind Games is a $400 bottle fragrance? No, not one of them. All right. Do I think that they are good enough to be talked about? Yes. Do I think that they are good enough to be purchased for the right price? Yes. But because their price exceeds their value, or the value that I will find for them in my collection, I'm calling them mid. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I expect other people, there are some there in my collection that people will call mid. I mean, hell, look at Jason, you know what I'm saying? Love Jason, but his uppity self says some of mine are mid, and yet I've sent them to other people and they think it's high level. You know what I'm saying? But it all is about your preference. It's all about what do you value. You know what I'm saying? What do you value in the purchase? What do you value from the house, or from the perfume that you purchase? You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Hey, Will, you're right. I know City Rhythm has good performance because I still got decants from Nashville and whatnot. I sprayed it on hand a couple of nights ago, and that shit is nuclear. Now, again, these are the old decants from literally 3 years ago. But hey, they are nuclear. What up, Walt? What up, baby? So I said, when something gets to tag mid, to me it means underwhelming or doesn't live up to the talk. Exactly, Seth. And that's another thing that I define it as. If I am hearing the fragrance community hype something as, oh, have you seen this? Have you smelt this new one? Oh, you gotta get, if I keep hearing multiple people say you gotta get your nose on, you gotta try it, or I keep hearing people try and push it. I'm not talking about TikTok where they try and sell you everything. No, we're not talking about miles. We're talking about mid. We're talking about the definition of mid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Ronald Taylor 11:18. Hey, what's going on, Ron? What do I think of Michael Malone? I think they're good fragrances. I know of several that I have already inquired through my friend Walt, who hasn't reached out to me yet, but there are several that I would be willing to get. Now, Walt praises this one with embers, sangria and embers. It is a really good fragrance. Do I value it? No. You know what I'm saying? Do I value it? No. Do I like the profile? It's good. Not something that I'm going to reach for often, but for that price, shit. Some may call it mid in what they have in their collection, but for that price, that shit's good. That shit is good. But mid for me means I don't have as much value in it as other people say that I would. All right? And that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Hey. Now, Michael Malone, there are some, like Ocean Noir, I will buy it. I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Slick Johnson, you know what I'm saying? I want you, and I need you. And whether Walt helps me or not, we're gonna do this the hard way or we're gonna do this the easy way, one or the other. But you're coming home at some point. So, yeah. I like Michael Malone. I think they are good for what they do. The price range is phenomenal if you can find it at the right price. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some where they be pricing it at like $160. You have lost your damn mind. But at the perfume spot that I go to and several others, you can get them for like $80 or less. You know what I'm saying? $80 or less. You know, Ron said, I think the Day 3 line got nothing but fire. I agree. But even within a great line, there are going to be plenty of mids. And mid is subjective. Mid is based on everybody's varied appreciation for perfumes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kick said Ocean Noir was backup bottle worthy. It is, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it puts me in the vein of my what is that? What is that fragrance that I love? They make suits. I got it from J.C. Penney's. It has that salty aquatic note. Oh my God. Brioni EDP. Brioni EDP, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Those two, I love them because I can wear them anywhere. I can wear them absolutely anywhere and smell fresh and clean with a little bit of blue in them. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? I reach for them quicker than I do for YSL EDP. But are they mid? Yes. Are they mid compared to some of the other fragrances I have in my collection? Yes. But I bought them. I wear them. Hell, I might even say if I were to look at the bottle, I probably worn them more than I have the ones that I would overhype my damn self. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. Just mid doesn't mean bad. Not when I say it. Now, like I said, the Scentfather, Jason Bircher, if it ain't got a gold plaque on the bottle, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't $200 or up and already got a name on it, that's just speculation. I'm just joking. But, you know, then it's going to be mid for me. You know what I'm saying? But also, the thing is that mid, to me, is the growth process. It's a growth stage. You know what I'm saying? I look at Lattafa and all these other ones, and I look at where they are now. Better fragrances, regardless of renditions or clones, better fragrances are being brought to the table than they used to. And it all comes because as you start getting your money together, you start getting your money up, you get different investors, you know what I'm saying? Then you can purchase higher end oils, in which they're doing. But a lot of these people, like our indie niches, your Chris Classics, your D from Essential Harmony, and all these other people, they ain't got the funds to be sitting up there paying tens of thousands of dollars to go get these high-end oils. So they're working with what they got. And that's why I was talking to Kicks, and I was talking to my guy Terry Todd, and I was like, you know, the reason why I give those guys a chance and I show them love is because without our support, they'll never be able to elevate their fragrances, because all it is about affording. Some of these people got really good blends, I think, but the oil is not of the same quality as your Rajas, as your Bodicias, as your Memo Paris. You know what I'm saying? They're not of the same quality oils, so they come off on your skin differently. The blends that they do, which are actually in some cases phenomenal and very creative, they come across as lesser because of the oil, not because of the actual blend itself. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like sometimes with the indie niche, I'm less quick to call them mid and more quick to just say that they're not on the same level, because that's how they should be categorized. They shouldn't be taken as, oh, it's a lesser fragrance. They should be categorized as they are working with less in the lab, and so they are doing a great job of what they got. And I think a lot of people don't consider that. Everybody ain't gonna come out the gate being able to afford Raja bottles, Raja oils, or the Raja perfumers. Some of these people are doing it on their own, and for that, they're doing a phenomenal job. I was just talking to Kix Griffey about something, but give me 1 second. We got Ron. He said, on the spot, what's your top 5 date night scents that we should know about at this moment that's underknown? Bruh, you know what? Ronald, you know what? I'm gonna do a video on that. I haven't done a list of. I'm gonna give y'all 3 soon. I'm gonna give y'all 3 by the weekend. All right. But of course, you've heard, if you've watched me, you've heard me talk about the elemental, whether it's night sex or cashmere sex. Those are 2. All right. Let me see. Memo in Paris has Abu Dhabi. All right. Beautiful plum fragrance. I love that one. Okay. Let's see. And if I had to give one more. Day 3 Trace Oils is one. If you're a gourmand lover and your girl loves those type of notes, Trace Oils is very good. But I'm gonna do a piece on it, you know, because for those that want to have a manly persona with the way they smell, I would also recommend Gentleman Givenchy Reserve Privé as a good boozy. Resinous, kind of dark fragrance. I like it too. So there you go. There's a couple. Questo Fresh. Oh, hold on. Let me get that off of there. Hopefully y'all can hear me again. He said it's all subjective. Yep. Something you may call mid, someone else might love. Exactly. So he said mid for me, it smells good but not great, or I don't need it in my collection. There you go. But it doesn't mean it's not good. Exactly. Will said a lot of mid out there these days. Well, Will, you also have to take into consideration, what are you used to smelling? If you're always used to smelling these brands with these high-level oils and whatnot, then yeah, you're always going to tend to look down, or should I say smell down, on some of the startups, some of the indie niches and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to do that. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it works, you know? Oh, Fat Boy. Whoa, you sent me the info? Man, I got to go back, bro. I'm always so busy and getting so many dang messages and whatnot. It is my bad. I'm gonna check it out. EQ mentioned the fragrance a couple live streams ago. I went got a few samples of it. Dessert Cayata is fire. Slim blew my socks off. All right, that's a bet. I might have to check that out, Duck. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Dan said, Escandalo is the epitome of a date night fragrance. Yes, you know what? I could see that. If you are into greens, natural, herbaceous type of fragrances, I could see you doing that. If you're into aquatics, tropical vibes, I could see even Del Mar being one, especially if it's a daytime date night, or well, I guess if it's date night. If you're somewhere outside or whatnot, like when we was out in where were we? When we went out to, oh Jesus, not Punta Cana, Cabo. I was on a date with a young lady, and Del Mar was hitting. She loved it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just depends on what you're talking about. It depends on what type of date you're going for too. Rock Boy, you say, how do I feel about Fire at Will? Man, it's been so long since I've smelt that thing, and I only got a few smells out of it. I have to go back to the house of Javoya. I think I was there. I smelt it when Sally and my guy Nosy were reviewing it, but I haven't been to it since, and there's been so many fragrances, I'd have to get my nose back on it, man. Sun-Kissed Island is another good option. I'm gonna get some samples, Dan. Damn it, I'm gonna get some samples one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Ross and them don't want to get your boy no samples. I'm gonna get my own damn samples one way or another. I'm gonna get my damn review, all right? for sure. Well said. If we being real, 90% of the stuff we smell is mid. Everything is not a wow factor. Boom, boom. And thus lies another truth. You know what I'm saying? And some of that, what people don't want to address is that some of that literally has to do with how much and what quality do you regularly smell and spray. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that has to do with this. So, yeah. Oh, you sent it twice? Well, all right, bro. All right, I'm going to check it out today. I promise. Because the thing is, I can't buy them right now, but I'm looking to get them after that trip to New York. I'll probably get a few for Christmas or whatnot, but that's about it. I'm not looking to buy anything until Christmas time, y'all. I can't. I'm trying to get to New York, and with these flights and the problems with the airports and whatnot, them not having enough air traffic control. I'm trying to get out there, but man, if they're still BSing by then, I'm not gonna make it to City Explorer because I'm not trying to get stuck anywhere. Let me see. Doug said, if I had gotten my nose on it sooner, I definitely would have had 10 to 15 bottles. 10 to 15 bottles would not be in your collection, yeah. But some of the high-end scent don't have longevity, so just paying for the name like PDM fragrance. Yes, but here's the thing. Longevity isn't everything. I've talked about value, and I've talked about purpose in here. You need to buy the fragrances that you see value amongst your collection, amongst your lifestyle. Also, buy the fragrances that have purpose amongst your lifestyle and amongst your collection. All right? Be intentional in your purchasing. Don't just go get something because you heard it smells good. Get your nose on it, find a way. Everybody on Marketplace and whatnot is decanting something. Get your nose on it first and see if it fits your lifestyle, your date style, your work style, whatever it is that you do, wherever you wear your perfumes. Make sure that the perfume or cologne that you get fits whatever it is that you intend on wearing it for. That's the most important thing, man. From a perfumery standpoint, nothing special about Michael Malone, but I like the profiles and the performance. And see, that's where I was talking about essential harmony. The thing about D is that one thing that I liked about her is that the blends, yes. Is she using a lesser quality oil? Yes. She ain't got that type of money yet, all right? But I can see in her perfumery the quality of blends. I can sense the notes. Her notes may look like others, but the way that she's put the fragrance together, I like it because it's not like anything else that I've smelled, especially in the categories that I love, like tobacco, some of the gourmands and whatnot. I like her accords. And the truth of the matter is, I feel that if she had a higher end oil, her fragrances would smell all the better than half of the ones that we talk about. Honestly, I think there is reason. I think the oil quality is a big reason why some of these are mid or lesser compared to the others, because I like some of her scent profiles more than I do some of the Rajas I've smelled, some of the PDMs, all of them. Just do. Well said. I've been smelling a lot more niche lately. That's like fire. Yeah, man. And they need to be mid on the price. That price has something to do with my mid too. If you putting it up there, if you throwing your fragrance price up there with the rest of them, I expect the same quality, whether you're using the same oil companies or not. And if it ain't, then you're mid, because you're not up there yet. You put the same thing of the oil, same amount of, or same quality of oil in there, then we can talk a higher price. But until then, hell no. Doug said, oud you can wear around year two, or wear year round too. The cleanest, most mass appealing oud you've ever smelled. Okay, you're gonna have to get that to me, man, for real. What up, Drew? You back? Yeah. Kick said, update on Creed Oud Zodian. All right, coming soon. It's a beast off anybody's skin. That shit is hard to deal with, man, for real. Well said on everything. They better open this government. We got flights to catch. I'm telling you right now, they don't do it, I'm not about to be lost. They are not about to have me stuck at LaGuardia on some nothing shit. That's not about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they better open it up, or else your boy gonna be with you in prayer. That's it. Who has the best Middle Eastern house at this moment? I would have to say it's going to be a tie between, in my personal opinion, we're going to go Rasasi for just new. I'll probably say Rasasi. I'm going to say Kadlaj. And then it's probably a battle between the Arabia Prestige and Afnan for their 9 p.m. line, if I had to say. Yeah, that longevity don't matter. Some shit lasts a long time, and it'd be some shit that you don't even want to smell. So longevity is a small requirement in what I'm looking for in a fragrance. For some, it means everything. For me, it doesn't. And like I said, it's subjective. So you gotta use it according to your preference, man. Can we also agree that mid is timing and seasonal? Stuff that blew my mind in 2024. It's all right. Yes, Walt. Yes, it is. Definitely depending on the season. All right. Duck said them hotels expensive that weekend. Hotels 700 or better. I'm telling you, we going into that Christmas season, so them niggas taxing their asses off. You know what I'm saying? Then there are some things that just survive the test of time. You better believe it. Let me get through here. Exactly, Sally. Horizons expanding. Walt said, but you could say Amouage is the best Middle Eastern currently. Okay, if we're talking about Middle Eastern style fragrance, I would have to put Amouage and Xerjoff up there. I'm still going Xerjoff for my number one because of the style and the plethora of fragrances that they have. But Amouage is definitely up there. I'm not as impressed with a lot of their recent releases. I appreciate the way they blend different spices and whatnot, and they give Middle Eastern feels with Eurocentric, with a mix of Eurocentric normalcy in the fragrance. But I'm still going Xerjoff as one, Amouage is number two. You know what I'm saying? BBW ain't mid to me because you can get it for $5. You know, it's great for $5. It is, yes. Well, and it's all subjective. You know what I'm saying? Rock Boy, a lot of people looking for Amouage at a good price. I'm not. Gymz, you fell for what I fall for, man. He said Middle Eastern, not Clone House. You right. That's on me. I'm going Xerjoff and then Amouage. After that, if we're talking about niche Middle Eastern, I'd probably go, I'm still a fan of Arabian Oud. Even though they really haven't come out with anything special recently, the ones that they have in their wheelhouse are already good and still working for me. Hey, Duck said you canceled his Aruba trip last night. I'm supposed to be flying next Thursday. BWI and Reagan terrible. Yep, I'm telling you, man. I'm not about to be stuck nowhere. You got me messed up, man. Hey, yeah, Duck. People want to come see the tree. Yeah. Drew said, I don't think asking for 46 hours for performance is asking too much. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Some don't even do that. That's true. Hey, Ron, Al Hadamain is good, but they don't have a very strong wheelhouse. All right. They got some good scents, but not enough to compete. And the fact that also for the clones, I also count in how many originals do they have. You know what I'm saying? And how many inspired buys. We're going to touch on this. There is a difference between clones and inspired buys. I'm going to have a conversation with my guy Terry Todd at some point soon. And we're going to talk about the difference between clones and inspired buys. So if anybody comes up with this conversation, just know where they got it from. Because there is definitely a difference between inspired buys and clones, all right? Because 80% of perfumes out there is inspired by something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. But you can tell a clone when you want to. Club de Nuit, their line is cloning. Even though the bottle ain't cloning, that juice is cloning because, let's be honest, Untold, too damn close to Baccarat 540. All right? Club de Nuit, it is intentionally close to Aventus. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I gotta say that. What's going on, David? Am I doing a live tonight? I don't know. I'm not sure just yet. I might do something where I talk about some up-and-coming fragrance brands that I'm experiencing and whatnot. but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I will definitely put it up there a few hours ahead before I do, but at this point, I'm not really sure. I know Walt got his post coming for Fat Boy Friday, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see, man. I might, though. Let me see how it goes. But me and Dutch got something coming up next week, all right? Trying to finish the plans and whatnot. We were going to do it, but things got backed up. Yesterday was my mom's birthday. Day before that, we had Kicks Court, and I knew it was going to be tiring. So I chose to push it off. But yeah, I'm a see. Will, you said Arabiat Prestige on fire right now. They are, but at the same time, they're doing good. But I think some of it is because they're the new kid on the block. I think a lot of it is because they're the new kid on the block. All right. Do they have some really good ones coming out? Yes, but I'd count 4. When I look at Opnon, Rasasi, and those, as far as the clones, they're the ones that are consistent. They've been consistent before now, so I have to leave them up top. Now, if Arabia Prestige continues this through the end of the year, I'll put them up there. But right now, I think a lot of it is just hype because it's new and not necessarily because it's good, because there are some other ones that are good. Let me talk about this too. What do y'all judge clone houses for? Do you give them props because they're putting out great fragrances, or do y'all give them props because they make close fragrances? Because honestly, I don't really give a shit if it's close to some of the originals. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's good, whether it's close to the original or not. And that's one thing that I give credit for, and I don't give credit in another way. Some people are grading these clone houses or these Middle Eastern houses based on how good their fragrances or how close their fragrances are to the OGs. I don't care, because if you get one that's close to the OG and the OG is not pleasing to me, now I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? You can have 12 fragrances that are close to OG. If I don't like any of the OGs, guess what? I don't like the house. So again, another area where we're talking about subjectivity. Will said, good, not cheap. Smelling with decent longevity. It's all up to you, baby. You got to determine what it is, all right? And that's why we tell y'all to get your nose on it, find a place that has it, go from there, because the truth of the matter is it's based on you. You know what I'm saying? Look, the reason why I put Rasasi is not because Malibu smells so close to the JPG, or because what I'm wearing right now is tropical. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be close to garden, to the Green Garden one. I wear it because it smells good. All right? Yeah, I smelled the originals, and you know what? That could be cool. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, I was talking about this earlier. The originals are designers. Okay? The designers, they're good. But here's the thing, I bought Tropical because it has a twist that I actually enjoy. I bought Malibu because it had a twist that I actually enjoy while working out, all right? I have had ample opportunity from buying all these expensive niches and whatnot to go out there and purchase any from the JPG line. And guess what? I haven't. Want to know why? Because I don't value that juice at the price that they're selling, whether it be in store or on discounters. It's just not that good to me. It's not that enticing. I don't enjoy it like that. But that's me. There are a lot of JPG fanboys, shout out to Walt, that love it. My boy, hey, shout out to my boy, the plug, all right, the fragrance plug. But at the same time, that doesn't get me going. That doesn't get me going. And so because that brand doesn't get me going, I'm not going to support them. But do I like Rasasi and whatnot? Are they good gym fragrances? Hell yes. Are they good fragrances for being outside in the summer or in warm weather? Hell yes. Are they good for lifting? Do they evoke something? Do they give me a little energy while I'm at the gym or when I'm out doing stuff? Hell yes. But am I going to pay JPG price for it? No. And would I go buy the OG at their price? No. Me preferably, I'd rather not have a man's balls on the bottle Sitting up there every time I got to go grab a bottle, I got to put my thumb on his penis area to spray the bottle too. That's a little weird to me too. But hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Ron said, "Okay, you playing around, bro." Ask this question: is Bond number 9 a niche house or a clone house? Bond number 9 is a niche house that has inspired buys. They do not have clones. I don't care what nobody says. They do not have clones. There is one in there that smells. Well, okay, they may have one clone. There's one fragrance in there that I would say is very close to a clone, if not is clone, and that is New Harlem, which is, to me, it's a clone of the Jordan perfume. All right, hands down. But is it a clone house? No. Is it inspired by? Hell yeah, it has some inspired buys, for sure. But they're not close enough to be called clones to me. You have to hit a certain percentage of proximity to the OG before I start calling you a clone. That's my fault. I had a client that had on JPG something. I was like, whoa, it was fire. See? And that's what designer is meant to do. Mass appealing. Again, do I like it? Yeah, they're good. At that price, hell no. Will say I work outside all day, so I go get the clone for work, and I'll get decants of the OG depending on the price and use those when I go out. Save the OG juice. There you go, bro. And in doing so, you're not only supporting the other brands to get their game up or to get their oil game up, you're also out there pleasing your own senses. You know what I'm saying? David says, does anyone know if Beauty House does any Black Friday sale, and what kind of discount? Not yet, man. I'm sure they'll put it out, and I'm sure Walt and my guy Mo and my guy Jonathan, I'm sure they'll know. Kev too. They all be shopping off there. I'm gonna have to start hitting them up. Well, I said, is Boudicca a clone house or a niche house? They are an incredibly inspired by house. All right, not clone, inspired by. All right, you be asking some interesting questions. Will said they both. True. Last couple of days, influencers been hyping new fragrances. I can bet most of them aren't even close. Yeah, they may be. Yeah. Oh, maybe he said aren't even close. I think that may be it. Yeah, and Walt A. lying on the response. Yeah, that's pretty much every day. And the crazy thing is that now you'll find that some of these influencers are talking about clone fragrances, telling them that they're close, and you see them doing so literally because the OG fragrance companies are not supporting them financially. You have some, I did this and they didn't reach back out. You have some people that you can see where at some point for years or for months they were hyping up this fragrance, and then all of a sudden I don't work with them, man. I don't talk about them anymore. It's like, bro, what got your panties in a bundle? You know what I'm saying? What got your panties in a bunch? I thought you were in love with them. You bought so many bottles, and now all of a sudden you telling us you won't talk about them, or they're overhyped all of a sudden. Shit don't change overnight like that unless there's something that happens, something serious that happened. And a lot of times in this community, dealing with the fragrance influencers, it's usually about money, a request that wasn't met, or something of that sort. You know what I'm saying? And when that becomes the thing, I start to question, all right, so are they only pumping this because they're getting paid now, or are they pumping this because they genuinely think that? And if I have to ask myself that question, then that means I don't need to listen to them. And that's me. May not be you, that's me. Larry says, has anyone on here ever tried to make their own perfumes? There's a few that went down that road, and maybe not on YouTube, but I know some on IG and whatnot, and they make some pretty good ones, but the oil quality is a telltale sign. All right, are the blends good? Yes, they're appealing, sometimes mass appealing. They're good, but the problem is that not that they make their own fragrances, that they make their own fragrances and then they ask, it's like, bro, you're an IG influencer. You are not Claude Deer. You making this 30 ml bottle and asking for $130 is asinine. Calm your ass down and build yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Calm your ass down and build yourself up. Walt said, Al-Gabra clone. The House of Al-Gabra, the House of Al-Gabra is not really a clone house. They are definitely inspired by. I smelled the entire house. And although I do like their fragrances, they are inspired by. There are two that are close. They got one that smells so close to Tabacalora, and then they got a couple, and then they got one that I got, and I preferably like it better than Initio and my, what is it, Spice Bomb. I like it better than them. I forget which one it is, but I've had that thing for over a year, and I love it. I love it over those. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Need we continue? Yes. Panadora, Mind Games, everybody out there being inspired. Exactly. And that's why I say I don't like saying clone unless they are literally trying their best to get 100% close to within proximity of the OG. But every fucking fragrance brand out there is inspired by something. You know what's funny? A lot of people like to say, well, the creativity. Don't you understand that nowadays we've got, this is 2025, meaning that there have been 2025 years existing prior to us, minimum. Not to mention, we still got BC, all right? And within that time, do you think that certain fragrances, certain notes, certain things haven't been handed down or smelt over the years by people? People's creativities nowadays are often influenced by the creativity of others in prior years. And because of that, not too many times are you going to find something, whether it be music, whether it be films, whether it be clothing, whether it be fashion, cosmetics. Not too many things in life are not going to be inspired by something that somebody else already did. You know what I'm saying? Our political leaders, a lot of their stances are inspired by somebody else that they value in their early years or in their early stages of their political career. Everything nowadays is inspired by, and that's why I resent the talk of inspiration as opposed to clone. When you are cloning, you're either trying to make something identical, and you can tell when it's trying to get identical, or you're doing a bottle that is offensively close to the original design. And when you got that, that's when I think it's disrespectful and worth singling out and in some people's cases not supporting. But when you are doing something that has inspiration behind it from another cologne or another perfume or whatnot, hey, you know what I'm saying? Imitation should be considered the biggest flattery, because that's all this world is. You cannot get ahead in this world nowadays without being inspired and influenced by someone or something that came before you. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the best things being built right now were inspired by something that was built prior to. Let me get back in here. Rockboy T said, Gymz, how long does it take Frenetic Delicios to get stronger? Bruh, first of all, it was strong when it came out of my bottle. But honestly, I only needed a couple of months. So, and honestly, that was when it got noticeably stronger. It was already strong when I first got it, to be honest with you. Walt said, you can still be integral even with having business interests. You can. Will said, absolutely. And that's how I take the reviews and sample as much as possible. Well, I said, this too much work to be doing anything for free. I'm telling you, it's too many things that you got to consider. Too many feelings you can't hurt. Too many toes that you can't step on. And then too many ways for people to listen and perceive what you got to say in a negative way. That's the thing. What up, Elisa? That's why Niles making all that noise, because he want to get cloned. He want to get cloned. And you know what? That's another thing. I'm not going to touch on it today, but you know what? It's a damn shame when people can't let their work speak for them, but they got to stir the pot and they got to cause drama in order to get their brand and their name out there. That's shameful. Honestly, I think that's shameful. No bad joke. You know what I'm saying? I think that says more about the lack of about the lack of effort in your perfumery than anything else. Well, the only way you can get attention is to shame someone or talk about something with your brand and whatnot. I think that's a little distasteful. Let me get this on here, y'all. Your boy's over here. I already did my leg extensions and whatnot. Now I gotta go over here and do these kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this here. There we go. That should hold. Yeah. All right. But yeah, man, I think it's a little distasteful when people feel the need to start drama in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? What is the point? You know? Walt said, so my frenetic is strong. Just got it last week after Gymz talked about it. Hey, Walt. And you know what? Oh, bro. You know what? I'm gonna bring that Bev Delicios. If I make it out there to I'm gonna bring that Bev to Scent Explorer so you can smell it and see how close it is, bro. That right there, the only reason why I'm okay with using that one and supporting that one is because Dior said they have no intentions of bringing back the OG. And for that, I think that is a disfavor to so many people. That is one of my favorites from their Privé line. That's one that I would sit up there and, oh my God, I would ask if they bring that back every time I had a chance. So since they refused to, and it was so good, I'm okay with Paris Corner Emir line Frenetic Delicios. I'm okay with it. As a matter of fact, because I don't want to lose the original. There is a difference in performance. There is a difference in smoothness and the blend and everything. You can tell on skin. For those of us who have really been experiencing our fragrances, you know when there's a difference in quality. You do. Off skin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? On or off skin. And that's the thing. And you get that in this, but I would encourage anybody that wanted to see one of their best Privé line fragrances, Frenetic is the way to go, since you can't get the real one. Walt, I have not tried it, but you got me intrigued. I saw the notes. The notes look beautiful for Notorious XO. Beautiful. You said, because when I overhype it, I want to know. I want to know who thinks it's mid right now. All right, let me see. I'm gonna try and make my way up to Scent Room this weekend, man. Might be me. I'm gonna try it again on Clean Skin tomorrow. Lisa said hers was good at first spray. All right. Oh, okay. You're talking about the Frenetic, and then, well, say I'm trying to get my nose on this Ombre Talca. All right. Through though from Mansera. All right. Just trying to avoid waiting on a sample. Man, look. If you're paying full price, even Mansera, I think, is overpriced. They're over there trying to sell theirs for like $120, $140. Man, y'all have lost your minds. Good fragrances, overpriced. But I'm not here to tell someone what they need to put as their asking price. All I'm here to share my opinion and my advice as a consumer that, hey, either it's worth it to me or it's not. Now, get out there and you smell it and see if it's worth it to you. But to me, ain't a thing that Mansera got out there worth $100 or more. Have I smelt them all? No. But for the ones I've smelt, that's my thought. I said, I ain't paying full price. Just one. So, okay, all right. My perfumery doesn't have it yet. Okay. Frenetic Deli is grown man center. I'm telling you, Michael, you know what I'm talking about. This dude, he knows. He knows, man. You already get your nose on it, people. Get your nose on it, please. I'm gonna tell you, between that, the two that I have smelt that are closest to the OGs. Don't ask me for percentage, but the two that I have that are closest to the OGs gotta be Frenetic Delicios and Tabacalor. I'm sorry, Maison Alhambra Tobacco. I will say this. That Maison Alhambra line where they were cloning a lot of the Dior Privés, after I let them macerate, even though I don't like the scent profile, I went back and smelled some of my samples for them. They came close in a cheap way. They came close in a cheap manner. Quality is nowhere near there. But the notes, the accords, if they weren't so cheap, hey, them accords were according. Them notes was noted. I ain't gonna lie to you. I came back to it. My purple E and that purple wood, that oud is upon, and then the oud. Tell you right now, that gris, and then you've got the gris, what you call it? Hey, telling you right now, low key, they were on to something. Were they there? Hell no, they weren't there. They were more synthetic. They were definitely artificial, you know, not that smooth. But if I had to put on my connoisseur suit and glasses, they were heading in the right direction, ridiculously heading in the right direction. I ain't even gonna lie. Hey, that's what I said. Mason was in their bag then. They ain't been the same since. No, they got hit with that suit, and yeah, them niggas had to cease and desist. They made them freeze all their assets, boy. They froze up for real. Well, I say, hey, it's weird. Yeah, I want that old bottle. I'm telling you. Hey, and yes, at least everything changed. The old bottles are better. Yeah. The Mason Alhambras, you know what? I was thinking about selling mine, but I was just like, you know what? Not right now. I'm actually having fun. With my little series. You know what I'm saying? From blind buy to goodbye. I'm having fun with it. Because, hey, I'm telling y'all right now, some of them things, for what they were trying to get done, oh, they were pretty damn good. For that price point, never forget, we was paying $30 or less for them bad boys. $30 or less is what I was paying. Even though I didn't wear them much, even though I didn't wear them more than once or twice, I got my money's worth. If nothing more than just the conversation, the content that I got going right now, I got my money's worth. Hey, Mike said he got that exclusive tobacco. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, years ago. Hey, but don't sleep on the old ones. Some of them still do. You know what I'm saying? Some of them still burn. And they deserve the praise. They deserve some praise. I can't say that they deserve a purchase, but they definitely deserve some praise. And you know what? Just to what me and Walt was talking about, if it hadn't been for Mason Alhambra attempting to clone both the bottle and the fragrance, your boy wouldn't have the ones out of the Dior Privé line that I got, because I got some of them. I got several that they don't even make anymore. Several that they won't sell in certain bottle styles because they're getting rid of them. Yeah. Hear me when I say, Dior Privé is fire. Guerlain Privé line, fire. For quality, for the blends, even if you don't like them, you gotta respect the way in which they do it, man. I'm telling you. What else? It's several of the Privés that you can get from clone houses that are good. Alicia Tobacco is fire. Tobacco has helped me pull 2 numbers. I have literally pulled 2 females at various events outside. One was literally outdoors. The other one was a trap karaoke. And literally got me a number. It got me a few dates, got me even a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Got me a little nightcap, but hey, tobacco works. Tobacco works. With the right amount of sprays, tobacco gonna get you in the dough. Tobacco might get you some back. Real talk. Tobacco for some back. But yeah, flex. Yeah, man. Hey, but nah, man. This fragrance space, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that people are curious and they reach out to me so I can actually clarify what I say and what I mean when I say certain things, because I think that's very important as a reviewer, that people understand exactly where I'm coming from when I give my opinion and when I give my reviews. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. So anybody that has my IG and whatnot, feel free to send me something. I'll be more than willing to explain what I mean and give you a little more detail if you don't understand. Mike, I've never smelt that one. Sapil Bound? I've never smelt that. I don't even know who makes that one. Tell me, bro. Because I've never heard of that fragrance, and I sure don't know that of that brand. Let me know, baby.
We just going so we not in.
Let me see real quick. Man, the boy got legs today. Doing a little bit. Gonna have to move around to another one. Oh, Sapil makes it. Okay, so it's Sapil and Bound. They sold a lot of them in Macy's backstage. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to ask that boy Mo if he got any or whatnot, because I know he be going to Macy's backstage. I haven't been to Macy's backstage in a long time. Armani Cold clone. Okay. Yeah. You know what's funny? I have never smelt Armani Code, and I've walked by it too many times, y'all. I've walked by Armani Code so many times, it's ridiculous. I got a lot of Armani. Armani Exchange, Armani Code, Armani the group, but Armani Code is one that I have literally never bought. Let me see real quick, y'all. Trying to turn this up so y'all can see me while I'm doing my workout, man. But yeah, man. I haven't tried it, but I'll check it out. I'll definitely take a look at it. We got plenty of Macy's and several of them got a little backstage, so yeah. But yeah, man, hey, look. Coming to an end point at this point. Got a few more minutes on here. It's unfortunate, man, you know. But I just wanted everybody to know, man, mid is not bad. Mid does not mean it's not fine. It's just that everybody, according to their own preferences, has an idea of what they consider high value, mid value, and low value. They just don't buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to us each to make our own, to set our own standards, create our own or find our own value in these fragrances, and purchase a value. That's all it is. That's all it is. You gotta find your own value, find your own worth in your purchases, and go from there. And at that point, you might be able to get in my chat and say, hey, Gymz, you like that? That's mid. And guess what? Although I will argue you, I can't distinctively say you're wrong and I'm right, because it is subjective and it is a matter of perspective. Rafan said, need to get your nose on Armani Code EDP. I'm gonna check it out for real. I really will. Lisa, where did you get your frenetic from? All right. Okay. I got Code Absolute and I got Code, I got the two discontinued ones. I just never tried Armani Code EDP. Spill Bound is super nice. Just ate it's an EDT. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Larry. Shit. Hell, half of my EDTs last longer than the that's cool, but shit. Let's not lie and say that the EDTs of yesteryear were not stronger, more prevalent. They created more sea dodge and shit. I mean, they were beasts compared to the EDPs, which are supposed to be outdoing them. And they were definitely more noticeable in the air than the fragcoms and the extracts. So I don't mind. an EDT as long as it's performing like the EDTs of yesteryear. That's my thing. Gotta be a performer to be an EDT. You know what I'm saying? Or else I'm not taking it. But yeah. But all right, y'all, man. I've been on here for about an hour now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and finish this little workout, leg day. I'm about to do these leg presses and whatnot and a few squats. So I'm gonna get off from here, man. Always a blessing to be able to touch base with y'all. All right. Whew. That lighting is horrible, but it's always a blessing to touch base with y'all, man. Hey, I'm trying to see if I'm gonna go live tonight. Maybe, maybe not, but I'll definitely put it up there. So make sure that you have your notifications adjusted, and we'll go from there. But already, y'all be easy. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Could have been anywhere but here, but you chose to be here. For that, I am appreciative. Y'all have a good evening. One love.